Hiya, I'm at the Whitewall Art Gallery in Oxford. My name's Ella and today I'm just going to give you a little walkthrough of our first room here in the gallery. Basically we were supposed to have a 20th Century Modern Masters event back in April. Obviously that wasn't able to happen, so instead what we've managed to do is hang on to some of the works for you. I'm going to show you around a little bit and talk about what we've got here on the walls. Alright, so just looking around the gallery now. And in this corner over here we have two pieces from Juan Miro, who was one of the most astonishing of 20th century artists. Andre Breton, the leader of these surrealists, called him the most surreal of us all, acknowledging his unique and consistently inventive imagination. So we'll just have a little look in this other corner over here. And we have a piece by Patrick Caulfield, which is quite rare actually. I've not seen one of his pieces in our gallery before. He was best known for his iconic and vibrant depictions of modern life that reinvigorated traditional artistic genres such as the still life. Caulfield's practice focused on representing space and the object in a striking but simplified graphic style, often rendered in bold blocks of colour, surrounded by black outlines. And now we're looking at a dry point etching from Dali, who has illustrated La Fontaine's fable, The Elephant and the Ape of Jupiter. The tale describes of how Jupiter offered the animal kingdom a reward to whichever beast could prove their offspring the most attractive. Many species offer their argument with confidence, only to mock the humble monkey when she presents her young to Jupiter to be judged. However, she says, "I do not know if Jupiter will award the prize to my baby, but in my eyes I know him to be the most beautiful of all." We're looking now at a Bridget Riley. Bridget Riley is now 89 years old and she developed her own style known as op art because of its optical elusive qualities. She produced a series of intense monochromatic paintings and screen prints in the 1960s as a contemporary response to post-war austerity. Alright, let's just have a look at our last Miro over here. In this piece he uses the symbolism of the ring as a metaphor for both dawn's eternal cycle of renewal, the radiating rings of light at sunrise and the life-giving power of the sun. Aurora is depicted by the oval shape in the centre of the composition, accompanied by the evening star as she announces the arrival of the sun, a reoccurring motive in Miro's work, which he described as a solar egg, an image associated with sexuality and procreation. We've got a gorgeous Dali etching here of a horse, which as you can see is very Leonardo da Vinci-esque. And we shall just zoom over here to our David Hockney. So this piece makes up part of the series entitled My Window. Hockney produced 120 iPhone and iPod drawings made from his bedroom window in East Yorkshire. Each image captures a fleeting moment from the artist's bedside, allowing the viewer to experience the passage of time through Hockney's eyes, following the course of the changing seasons. Hockney has been one of the pioneers of digital art, especially using iPads and iPhones, so I think we'll look back on this in years to come and remember that he was one of the first. Last but most definitely not least, we have a Picasso etching here called Old Painter, Model and Spectator, which was created in 1968 as part of the artist's highly celebrated La Série 347 suite. Spanning over 7 decades, Picasso's lithographic portfolio is extensive and experimental. So it was 1919 onwards that Picasso really realised a passion for printmaking, and he was using all sorts of techniques from aquatint to lithography to etching to dry point. And he described that he had this just urge to create, and there was no precision that he needed in that. He just needed to create work. And he was creating on average 2 prints per day at this stage, and it was the spontaneity of these works that made them so highly sought after.